And in typical fashion, as we perfectly aligned the rear of the floor pan, the front moved out of line. So with the ratchet strap, we made it true and got it secured in place. And with one last final cleanup, the time had come. Let's weld this floor in. And after Steve did the honours, it was my turn. Now, I can't say I'm good at welding at the best of times, but this was a stick welder, and I'd never used one of those before, so this should be interesting. Well, that was a good start. Now, if you're wondering why we're using a stick welder, it's for a few reasons. Mainly because we are in the middle of nowhere without a reliable power supply, so we can use this just using a battery unit. And for those who may be curious or concerned, what are the pros and cons of stick welding? Well, the pros are it's very strong and relatively easy to do. And even though it may not be the most elegant of methods, you have to remember that much of Great Britain over the last 100 years has been constructed using stick welding, and most of the buildings are still standing up, so for the sake of our chassis, it should be good enough. On the cons though, even though it may be easy to pick up, it's quite hard to master, and it can be quite messy if you're not an expert, so the cleanup might be a little bit more, and you might not be left with the prettiest of welds. But we powered on, and in not too long, the floor pan was in. With one down, there was one more to go. This side actually fitted up a lot better and gave us a lot less grief on the fitment side. And by this point I'd also realised the welder was probably in safer hands with Steve. But it was quite fun.